Part 2. The Awakening Indi Code. 7. The Master of Emotion. Indi revealed that emotions, often seen as obstacles to overcome, were actually powerful sources of energy that could be alchemized and transformed. He taught Ilara to feel her emotions fully, without judgment or suppression, and to understand the messages they carried. He explained that anger, for example, could be a catalyst for setting boundaries and asserting her needs. Fear could signal a need for caution and awareness. Sadness could create space for healing and compassion. He guided her through practices of emotional release, allowing her to express pent-up feelings in a safe and conscious way. He taught her to identify the underlying needs and beliefs associated with each emotion, helping her to understand their root causes. One evening, Ilara found herself overwhelmed by a wave of grief over a past loss. Instead of pushing it away, she allowed herself to feel the sadness fully, to cry and mourn. As she did, a sense of release followed, and beneath the grief, she discovered a newfound appreciation for the love that had been. Emotions are not to be feared, Ilara, Indi said gently. They are the language of your soul. Learn to understand their message, and you will unlock a powerful source of energy and wisdom. Indi Code 8. The Chord of Connection. Indi emphasized that true self-power wasn't about isolation, but about recognizing and nurturing the interconnectedness of all things. He taught Ilara that her thoughts, feelings, and actions had a ripple effect on the world around her. He encouraged her to cultivate compassion and empathy, to see the humanity in others, even those who seemed different or challenging. Indi spoke of the energetic web that connected all living beings and how acts of kindness and understanding strengthened this cord. Ilara began to notice subtle shifts in her interactions with others. She approached conversations with more openness and less judgment, and she found herself feeling a deeper sense of connection to the people in her life. One day, while volunteering at a local shelter, she connected with a woman who had experienced similar struggles to her own. As they shared their stories, Ilara felt a profound sense of understanding and solidarity. It was a reminder that even in the midst of individual journeys, there was a shared human experience that bound them together. You are not an isolated entity, Ilara, Indi reminded her. You are part of a vast and intricate chord of life. When you act with love and compassion, you not only empower yourself, but also contribute to the well-being of the whole. Indi Code 9. Living with Intention. As Ilara deepened her understanding of the Indi Code, she began to live with greater intention. She became more conscious of her thoughts, her words, and her actions, aligning them with her soul's true resonance. She set clear intentions for her day, focusing on what truly mattered to her. She made choices that were in alignment with her values and her inner guidance, rather than being driven by external pressures or fleeting desires. She discovered a newfound sense of purpose in her life, a clarity that had been missing for so long. Her work became more meaningful, her relationships more fulfilling, and she approached each day with a sense of presence and gratitude. Indi Code 10. The Surrender and Action. Indi taught Ilara that self-power wasn't about forceful control, but about finding the harmonious balance between surrender and action. He explained that there were times to let go and trust the flow of life, and times to step forward with courage and determination. He encouraged her to discern when to push and when to yield, to listen to the subtle cues of her inner guidance and the unfolding circumstances. Indi spoke of the wisdom of the Tao, the natural rhythm of the universe. Elara faced a significant challenge in her career, an opportunity that felt both exciting and daunting. She wrestled with indecision, feeling the pull to control the outcome, while also sensing the need to trust the process. Drawing on Indi's teachings, she took inspired action where she could, while also surrendering to the unknown and trusting that things would unfold as they were meant to. The outcome was beyond her expectations, a testament to the power of aligning intention with trust. Indi Code 11, the radiance of authenticity. As Elara shed the layers of conditioning and embraced her true self, she began to radiate an inner confidence and authenticity that drew others to her. She no longer felt the need to pretend or to seek external validation. Her words and actions flowed from a place of genuine self-expression. She noticed that people responded to her differently. They seemed to sense her inner strength and clarity. She became a source of inspiration for others, not through forceful leadership, but through the quiet power of her authentic presence. Indi Code 12. The Indi Code embodied. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the desert landscape, Elara sat with Indi in comfortable silence. The chaotic swirl within her had subsided, replaced by a deep sense of tranquility and attained soul serenity. "You have journeyed far, Elara," Indi said, his eyes filled with a gentle warmth. "You have learned to listen to the whispers of your soul, to alchemize your emotions, to embrace your shadow, and to live with intention. You have unlocked the Indi Code within yourself." Elara smiled, a genuine smile that reached her eyes. She understood now that self-power wasn't something to be attained externally, but something to be awakened within. It wasn't about control or dominance, but about the profound strength that arose from knowing and accepting her true self. The dust of the outside world had been swept away, revealing the luminous beauty of her soul's true resonance. Elara, once adrift, now stood firmly on her own ground, guided by the unwavering compass of her own transformed being. Her journey was not over, but it had a new direction, a path illuminated by the radiant light of her authentic self, a path forever marked by the wisdom of the Indi Code. Monologue. Echoes in the wind and years passed. Elara became a guiding light for others, sharing the wisdom she had gained from Indi, not as a preacher, but as a living testament to the power of soul transformation. She never sought fame or followers, but her authentic presence and the quiet strength she exuded drew those who were ready to embark on their own inner journeys. Indi remained a steadfast presence in her life, a gentle reminder of the principles she had learned. He continued to guide others, his wisdom echoing in the hearts of those who sought genuine self-power. And in the quiet moments, when the desert wind whispered through the canyons, Elara could still hear the resonant hum of Indi's voice, a constant reminder that the greatest power resided not in the external world, but in the transformative journey of the soul. The Indi Code lived on, not as a set of rules, but as a way of being, a path towards the radiant power of the authentic self. Spiritual preacher, mentor, and angelic healer Indi.